Okay, on the bench today we have a Sansui AU-317 amplifier from 1979, 1980. This has been fully restored by myself, and apart from, like, you know, the obvious things like cleaning pots and switches, he's had a full recap using high-end Japanese capacitors. A few resistors have been changed and some diodes have been changed throughout the amp, including some new trims there. You can see Bourne trims there, the bias and the DC offset adjustments there. It's not fully put back together. I've got to put the base on as well, and there's some covers that go over here that screen the phono stage. So yeah, so this is the phono stage, this is the preamp stage, this is the power amp stage with the output transistors here. Using thermal pads now instead of paste. These are brand new filter caps, Nippon Chemicon, 10,000 microfarad each, 63 volt. This is the protection circuit, and here is the protection relay. Nice big powerful transformer. That's what you want to see in an amp of this size. 60 watts per channel into 8 ohms. How does it sound? Well, I love this amp. I love it so much. You can see I've got a good few of them. These are the Mark 1. There's a Mark, these are all Mark 1s here. I've got the Mark 2 up here as well. The difference between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 is the Mark 2 is 60 watts, the Mark 1 is 50. And on the Mark 1, you can separate the pre and power amp sections and run your own power amp if you wanted to do that at the back. On the Mark 2, you haven't got that. But I can't see many people wanting to do that. But yeah, that's the advantage of the Mark 1, I suppose. But again, it's only 50 watts compared to 60. On the back here, you've got the RCAs all cleaned up, and some new 4mm speaker posts have been put on for speaker A. I've left the original speaker connection for speaker B because you shouldn't really be running this amp with 2 pairs of speakers. And the reason being is it's an 8 ohm amp, and if you do run A and B together with 8 ohm speakers, the amp will be driving a 4 ohm load, and I think you'll find that will make it overheat, and it'll probably end up going into protection. So yeah, just run 1 pair of speakers on this amp. I don't know why they put that option on there to run both pairs at the same time. So all that's left to do, apart from me putting this back together, is to give it a test. So that's what I'm going to do live now. So let me show you what we're going to be using to test. So I've got a scope up here to monitor the shape of the sine wave, look for obvious distortion, clipping, etc. That's fed from the output jacks here on the amplifier. Also feeding from the speaker outputs, I've got 200 watt resistors supporting left and right channel on a nice heat sink to keep it cool. And I'm lucky enough to have 2 HP analyzers. These are 8903Bs, and these can measure the distortion and the power. And at the moment I've set it up for power, and then we switch to distortion afterwards. Yeah. So let's turn the amp on. That's the relay, and let's turn the volume up. Let's have a look at the scope while I turn the volume up. all clipping there. Let's move it back. Let's have a look at the power. As I said, it's a 60 watt amplifier. So look, 60 watts, 60 watts, that's full power. Obviously I've preset this so to show you, to demonstrate the performance of the amp, yeah. So 60 watts, that's very good. Now let's have a look at the distortion. Sorry. So one channel is 0.0184, 0.0172. Very, very good. If you look at the spec from Sansui for this amplifier, it's 0.03. So this is better than the spec from Sansui. So I'm very happy with that. So there you go, there you have it. This Sansui AU-317 is like new again, and it will be going up for sale on eBay. For reference, the date today is the 13th of April 2026. So I will be sticking this on the eBay later on today. So if you are viewing this video around this time and you're interested, have a look on eBay. These units are often sold on eBay, and they are, you know, they might sound okay, but they are very, very poor. There are components in here that need to be changed, and if you want something that's going to last another 50 years, you're better off buying a unit which has been restored. I've restored this to a very high quality, and if you would like your Sansui to be restored, feel free to contact me. I forgot to mention, I remove all the solder with an electric gun, and I replace with leaded solder, and that is a long process to do, but that's something I do. So you can be assured that there's no dry joints. As you can see, it's absolutely spotless inside. It's like a brand new amplifier. So again, thank you for watching. My name is John, and the company is Topman 511 Repairs Limited. Thanks for watching.